Hey, this is Chaplain Karen Moore here to bring you the thought of the week. This week's thought is my brother's keeper. Have you ever heard that expression before? Am I my brother's keeper? The intent behind that phrase is, am I really responsible for somebody else's well-being? I need to look out after my own well-being, my own needs and wants. Well, the story originated way back in time. It's the story of two brothers, Cain and Abel. And Cain and Abel worked in two different fields, one literally in the fields and one in the fields of raising sheep. When it came time for the annual sacrifice, they each sacrificed the best of their own crops, the best sheep and the best plants. But there was one difference between the two of them. Cain had an issue of self. He wanted to be known and loved and be the best brother so that he can look the best in front of God. Abel just wanted to sacrifice and give his love and affirmation to God. When God rejected Cain's sacrifice, Cain became bitter. He went from a thought in his head that said, I am now a disappointment. I am no longer the favorite. I'm a loser. I lost this competition, into a feeling in his heart that turned into bitterness and hatred and jealousy, and turned into action, which was actually murdering his brother. He buried his brother Abel in a shallow grave. Later on, God inquired and said, Cain, where's your brother Abel? And this is the line which became now famous and known to us. Am I my brother's keeper? Am I really responsible for where he is? How should I know? But that's the whole point, isn't it? He was his brother's keeper because he's the one that took his thoughts, feelings, and actions all out on an innocent person. We have to be our brothers and sisters' keeper. And it all starts with a heart issue. It all starts with who we are inside. We have to control those thoughts that are negative, that are self-pleasing, and the feelings of self-pleasure and self-gratification or fear-based. We have to put our brothers and sisters first. Otherwise, our troops and our squadrons aren't going to make it. We have to have trust for one another. That trust is built on being responsible for my brothers and sisters. That means speaking up whenever tyranny is or people are against another person. Whenever somebody is bullying or picking on somebody else because of whatever reason, we speak up because we are our brother's keeper. Whenever someone is wounded or injured, and that could be anything from physically to emotionally and spiritually, we are our brother's keeper. We care for the person to our right and our left. We care for those who are superior to us and those who are subordinate to us. Why? Because we are our brother's keeper. We have to start with that mentality. I am responsible for other people. I'm responsible for my own actions and how I act on them. And then I feel a sense of ownership, a sense of care and trust, responsibility. And then I act on those responsibilities and care for people who are hurting and who are suffering, fighting down the evils, the jealousy, the bullies, fighting them all down, because we are our brothers and sisters' keeper. This is Chaplain Karen Moore, here to bring you the thought of the week. Karen Moore about you. Have a blessed week.